The Secret Seven, the first book, Chapter 9, Out into the Night. See if you can follow it with me. Janet spent the whole of the afternoon making Scamper a white coat. Peter borrowed a ragged old sheet and found an old white mackintosh. He thought he could cut up the sheet and make it do for the other three, it was so big. Janet helped him to cut it up and make armholes and neck holes. She giggled when he put one on to see if it was all right. "You do look peculiar," she said. "What about your head? How are you going to hide your dark hair? It will be moonlight tonight, you know." "We'll have to try and make white caps or something," said Peter, "and we'll paint our faces white." "There's some whitewash in the shed," said Janet with another giggle. "Oh dear, you will all look strange. Can I come to the shed at 9, Peter, and just see you all before you go?" "All right, if you can creep down without anyone seeing you," said Peter. "I think Mummy's going out tonight, so it should be all right. If she's not, you mustn't come in case you make a noise and spoil the whole thing." Mummy was going out that night. Good. Now it would be easy to slip down to the shed. Peter told Janet she must wrap up very warmly indeed, and if she had fallen asleep, she was not to wake up. "I shan't fall asleep," said Janet indignantly. "You know I couldn't possibly. Mind you don't." "Don't be silly," said Peter, as if the leader in an important plan like this could fall asleep. "My word, Janet, the Secret Seven are in for an adventure this time." At 8:30, the children's lights were out and didn't go on again, but torches lit up their rooms, and Janet was very, very busy dressing up Scamper in his new white coat. He didn't like it at all and kept biting at it. "Oh, Scamper, you won't be allowed to go unless you look like a snow dog," said Janet, almost in despair. And whether or not Scamper understood what she said, she didn't know. But from that moment, he let her dress him up without any more trouble. He looked peculiar and very mournful. "Come on if you're coming. It's almost 9, said a whispering voice. It was Peter's. Together, the two children and Scamper crept down the stairs. They were very warmly wrapped up indeed, but as soon as they got out into the air, they found it was not nearly as cold as they expected. "The snow's melting. There's no frost tonight," whispered Janet. "Gosh, I hope those snowmen won't have melted," said Peter in alarm. "Oh, they can't yet," said Janet. "Come on, I can see one of the others." The passwords were whispered softly at the door of the shed, and soon there were 5 of the Secret 7 there. Peter lit a candle, and they all looked at one another in excitement. "We've got to paint our faces white and put on our white things," said Peter. "Then we're ready." Jack giggled. "Look at Scamper. He's in white too. Scamper, you look ridiculous." "Woof," said Scamper miserably. He felt ridiculous too. Poor Scamper. With squeals and gurgles of laughter, the 4 boys painted their faces white. They had carefully put on their white things first so as not to mess up their overcoats. Janet fitted the little white skull caps she had roughly made over each boy's head. "Well, I shouldn't like to meet you walking down the lane tonight," she said. "You look terrifying." "Time we went," said Peter. "Goodbye, Janet. Go to bed now and sleep tight. I'll tell you our adventures in the morning. I shan't wake you when I come in." "I shall stay awake till you come," said Janet. She watched them go off down the moonlit path, a row of weird white figures with horrid white faces. They really did look like walking snowmen as they trod softly over the soft, melting snow.